It's time to move towards our prominent feature called Who's Who. This is led by a prominent gentleman by the name of Mr. Sonny Siegel. Mr. Siegel is the CIO of Montgomery County, Maryland. Each month we get to meet famous personalities of the globe in Who's Who. Today, one such person is Evan Glass. He is the Executive Director of the Gandhi Brigade Youth Media. Let's view this dialogue.
Welcome to the Who's Who Show. This is your host, Sonny Siegel. Today our guest is Mr. Evan Glass. Mr. Glass is the Executive Director of the Gandhi Brigade Youth Media Organization. Those of us who are from Southeast Asia will find the name Gandhi Brigade somewhat familiar from the days of the Indian National Army. However, the Gandhi Brigade Youth Media Organization is making huge contributions by following the principles of Mahatama Gandhi to cultivate youth in the region here in the National Capital Region and the larger areas. And so I'm looking forward to presenting to you Mr. Evan Glass. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, Sonny.
Tell us a little bit about the formation of the Gandhi Brigade Youth Media Organization, and please tell us how it leverages, how it works within the Gandhi principles.
Sure. So Gandhi Brigade Youth Media was founded 10 years ago by a dear friend of mine. His name was Richard Jaggi. And Richard was in the Peace Corps and loved Gandhi's principles of spreading peace and truth and understanding through nonviolent means. And in Montgomery County in Silver Spring 10 years ago, a lot of the youth, his children and other children in the community, had a lot of angst and anxiety because of the political climate we were in. And he wanted to provide them with a voice and a way to communicate with adults what was on their minds. And so following the Gandhi principles, they founded the Gandhi Brigade. And over the years, it evolved to become an organization that got some computers and video cameras and digital media and became a youth media organization. And so in short, the kids in our program use digital media technology as a way of expressing themselves, and most of the ideas that they share are social justice, truth, diversity, understanding, satyagraha, and it's a wonderful organization.
Satyagraha, very interesting that you mentioned that phrase, and stands for nonviolence. Yes, my goodness, this is such a big vision. And you're executing it so well. I want our viewers to know, more about the programs within the organization.
So we operate at 12 locations throughout Montgomery County in Maryland, and most of those locations, 8 or 9 of them are libraries, and then 3 of them are in middle schools, and then one's in our home base in downtown Silver Spring. And we operate free programs after school for middle school and high school students. And our programs are essentially, they serve 2 roles. We invite them, the youth, to come, and we teach them how to use video cameras, how to use editing software, how to use digital media, whatever they prefer. And then we also engage them in conversations about their community. What are the problems they're experiencing in schools? What is going on in their community? Quite frankly, now there's a lot of conversations about what's happening in Washington, D.C. on both sides of Pennsylvania Avenue. Most of the youth that we serve are first generation, immigrant, and even undocumented. And so there are a lot of issues on their minds, and they don't always get to express them in school or with their family members, so they come to us and they're able to express them. And the combination of those teachings and those conversations are documentaries and public service announcements and graphic design campaigns on the issues that they care about. So we're able to take their ideas and turn it into digital media to share with the world.
Wow, what a way of communicating with the world.
Absolutely.
Yes,
It's
on
modern
very-
technology, and sometimes they're teaching me too, so it's fun.
And so, do the enrollees or the folks who are enrolled in the various programs, do they have to have a prerequisite, like one has to have had a certain level of education or be a certain age, or?
That's a great question. So our participants are middle school and high school students in Montgomery County.
Okay.
We don't turn anybody away for education level or income or nationality or creed or anything else. As long as they are residents of Montgomery County, we welcome them.
I see, I see. And the types of communications, the products that they have produced, can you mention some that come to mind that illustrate that our viewers can actually view?
Absolutely. So over the last few years, we've been doing a lot of documentaries on really important topics that have been selected by the students themselves. Back in the summer of 2015, we had just come off of the civil unrest in Baltimore. There was a lot of media shown of inner cities and incidents that were taking place among communities and the police officers. And so we worked with 7 young African American boys, all high school students, and they selected to do a documentary on the juvenile justice system in Maryland. And for a 5-week period, they did a lot of research and interviewed individuals like Maryland's Attorney General Brian Frosh to try and uncover why it is that certain incidents have taken place, why certain communities have youth that have no place to go after school, why they might be getting into trouble, why the police are interacting with them in certain ways. And so that documentary was called To Serve and Protect, and it was a short 7.5-minute story that was submitted to film festivals all around the country, and it actually came in first place at the DC Independent Film Festival for the high school competition, which was a tremendous joy really to see these 7 young men accept this award for their work, for their vision. And throughout it, it was their voice that was coming through, following one of Gandhi's principles of truth. They were spreading truth about what the system is really like and how much more money is spent on individuals who are in jail than on students who go to school. And these are alarming figures that these students uncovered. In another documentary that we did just this last summer, we had 9 students, 5 girls and 4 boys, and they wanted to do a story on police accountability because hardly any of us these days could ignore what we saw on our Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and Snapchat and whatever social media you wanted, the incidents that were being captured by video cameras with police. And so they did a short documentary called To Serve and Protect about community policing and how individuals should interact with police and why police sometimes do and act the way they do. And I'm proud to say that that recently came in second place at the DC Independent Film Festival.
That's still
and
very
it's been
high. Yes.
The kids are incredible. But the most important point is it's their voices. These are topics that they want to work on, that they spend their free time researching and interviewing people and creating really important stuff.
So with all the scripting that they do, of course the framing of the issues, and then rendering them via media, that's a lot of talent.
It's a lot of talent. It's a lot of time. We also do public service announcements, which are not as comprehensive as the documentaries, but they're on shorter pieces, usually about 1 minute to 2 minutes long, and those topics are on cyberbullying, on the food at school, which I don't think should come at much of a surprise that the kids want better food at school, on transportation, on the lack of jobs for high school students. So these are all other issues that are on top of their minds that we're able to do little pieces about. And it usually takes about 6 to 8 weeks one day after school for them to work on this. So when they come to us, they commit their time after school, 1 or 2
For
days
a
a week.
finished product.
Absolutely. And they take pride in it. They share it on social media. We share it on social media. It goes on to film festivals, and we have our own film festival as well. So it certainly gets shown.
Yeah, and it's such a powerful way of mass communications. You know, you put the message out there, it's relevant, it's for the now, and it lives. In other words, it's available for viewing. And to that, where can the audience go to view these works?
Sure. So since we work with youth, we're all over social media, and so be it Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, our handle is Gandhi Brigade. And then you can see all of the work on YouTube. It's youtube.com/Gandhi Brigade. So just remember Gandhi Brigade, and you'll be able to see all of our
I
stuff.
see. And one can actually, I assume, Google it.
Absolutely.
Right.
We're on the Google.
Yeah. for those who are not, actively on social media.
On all those social media. We're not on
Yes.
Snapchat yet. All the kids are on Snapchat. We're not there yet.
I see. Well, that's another channel, of course, and I know these young participants will, and they're versed in it. They just have to start to.
Well, what I love
exploit
is
it.
I love teaching them how to create important media, how to use the equipment, how to write and edit. And because technology is increasing and changing so rapidly, they're teaching me. So they got me on Snapchat, they're getting me on a few other things as well. And so it's a fun relationship as someone who's older to be able to learn from the kids as well.
Are these resources, that pool of talent, available for hire?
We are, and that's a wonderful question. So we do get a lot of our funding from government, from the state of Maryland and from Montgomery County.
Nice.
We have support from family foundations in the Washington, D.C. area, individual contributions as well. But what we also do is work with nonprofits and other organizations that want to produce short videos for their galas or award breakfasts. And when they hire us,
Companies?
Absolutely, corporations.
Mm-hmm.
And when they hire us, it is the media professionals on our staff who do that work, but we get to bring the kids along with us, and they basically serve as production assistants.
Yes.
So we pay them above the minimum wage to serve with us, to work with us, to learn on the job training, and all the money that's paid for the product goes back and helps the organization. So it's a really great model. The best part is hiring the kids that we work with to serve as production assistants.
And these services can be requested on a website?
Yep.
Is it an online form?
So if you go to our website, gandhibrigade.org, you'll see some information links. You can contact us, info@gandhibrigade.org. And we currently do a lot of videos for a lot of nonprofits in the DC region. Our names are not attached to it because it's the ownership of those organizations, but it's always fun to see the amazing work that all the other nonprofit members of the community are doing, and to bring the kids along and have the kids see some of the tremendous work, whether it's providing food for the community, homeless facilities, community gardens. The kids who we hire to do the work with us get to open their eyes to what else is around the world.
I see. Now, you're the executive director of the Gandhi Brigade Youth Media Organization, and what's your vision for it? Has it been scaling? Has it been kind of diversifying?
It has been scaling. Only 1 year ago, we were in 2 locations in Montgomery County,
Wow.
and as of right now, we're in 12. And later this year, we're going to be moving into a brand new facility in the Silver Spring Library, where we will be able to have a 3,000 square foot facility with a digital media lab and a production room and a space for teens to come and hang out after school. And so it's a really exciting time to be a part of this organization, and the support from the board of directors and the broader community is tremendous.
Wow, this is very impressive indeed. Is there a certain demographic that is predominant in the membership?
So, because we work with youth after school, many of them don't have anything else to do. They're not part of other clubs, they don't participate in other sports, and quite frankly, their parents are working sometimes 2 or more jobs taking care of other children. So we are one of the only outlets for the kids to come after school, and so most of the kids that are with us are immigrant, first generation, or undocumented.
But no restriction on who
No,
that can
none
be.
at all.
Well, on behalf of the viewers and the entire community, I want to thank you for what you do.
Thank
and
you.
I want to wish you all the best. Thank you for being on the show today.
Thank you.
This is your host, Sonny Siegel, signing off on the Who's Who Show. I hope to see you again next month at the same place and the same time.